Hi everyone, I'm Kirsty from Pilates with Kirsty, and I'm just popping in here super quickly to share with you one of my favourite exercises for strengthening the glutes, which is super important for us hikers. But also the good thing about this exercise and why it's one of my favourites is because it also gets some spinal articulation, which is really nice for us, and a little bit of calf and hamstrings as well. So it's a bit of a double whammy. So join me on the mat, or you can do it basically anywhere. If you're out and about hiking, you can even just go and find like a semi-flat space outside and do this exercise. So the only thing you'll need is, I like to use this Pilates ball, but you can actually replace it with a cushion if you're at home off your couch, or if you're out and about, even like a big jumper or anything that you can sort of pop between your legs and squeeze. Alright, so we're going to start laying on the mat. Oops. And you don't need a pillow or anything. In fact, please do not have a pillow under your head because you want to keep your neck safe. And what you're doing is we find our pelvic neutral, which we refer to a lot in Pilates. So you place your fingers or your hands into the shape of a triangle like this. Place your fingertips on the top of your pubic bone and your thumb tips will be above. And we tilt our pelvis. 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Can you see that rotation of my pelvis? So when I go to 6 o'clock, my fingers will go down, my thumbs will naturally come up. And then I rotate the other way. So the first few times we accentuate this movement. And then we make it smaller and smaller each time until we finish in our pelvic neutral. So that's when the fingertips and the thumb tips are in line with each other. If you ever join class, I'll go through that with you in more detail sometime. But just quickly, the reason that we do that is because we're about to strengthen some muscles, and you want to make sure that you're in a nice alignment before you strengthen. Otherwise, your muscles are going to become strong and hold you out of alignment. So, if we weren't neutral there and you had one hip up and one hip down, you're strengthening your muscles to keep you in that position, one hip up, one hip down, and that's going to lead to problems later on. So make sure you're nice and neutral to begin. Then we grab our ball or whatever we're using, we pop it between our knees, or just above the knees actually, so like closer towards you. From here, we place our hands out beside us. We take a nice long breath in to prepare. Pilates links breathing with movement. We want to feel the front, the side, and the back of the ribs with air. You will feel your lungs expanding. Your ribs will press into the floor below. Exhale, let all that air go. You'll feel your belly button melts towards the spine. At this point, you can do a little lift of your pelvic floor. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, that's the same feeling as when you slow down your urine when you go to the bathroom, if you're a girl, or if you're a boy, it's that feeling of walking into cold water. Alright, so if you know how to do it, you're lifting your pelvic floor. Now, then we're taking another long breath in. So we're just preparing with that. Exhale, the belly button melts. You lift the pelvic floor and we start to peel the spine, one vertebra at a time, if that was anatomically possible, up off the mat. So you start with peeling the glutes, then the coccyx, and then up we go until you're at the sort of middle of your shoulder blades. From here, you want to do a little squeeze of the ball. Take your breath in. And exhale, slow and controlled, rolling back down one vertebra at a time back to the mat. Then the coccyx, then the glutes. Try to keep your hands out with the palms facing the ceiling so that the neck stays off. And we go again. So it's a breathe in to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the ball a bit harder. Lift the pelvic floor, tuck the tail. Imagine you have one between your legs so you can feel the spine. One vertebra at a time, up off the mat. Inhale, hold at the top. And this time, instead of rolling back down, we're going exhale, squeeze the ball. And inhale, gently release. So this is getting inner thigh workout to protect the knees. Exhale, squeeze the ball, lift your pelvic floor. Inhale, gently release. If you're using a cushion, it works just the same. Exhale, squeeze, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, release, and you'll continue to do that 10 times. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit so I don't take up too much of your time right this second, but do 10 of those. On your last one, you will squeeze the ball, lift the pelvic floor, keep squeezing, And now we lift the heels off the mat. And then push the heels back into the mat. Make sure you're really pushing them down. It's not gravity letting the heels drop back down. Exhale, dig the toe into the floor, the big toe, and lift the heels. Keep squeezing that ball. You should feel the glutes are on, the hamstrings are on. Inhale, push the heels back into the floor. Keep those hips up. Hopefully they haven't dropped too much. Let's do another few. Squeeze the ball, lift the heels, and push them back down. One more. Exhale, lift the heels, squeeze the ball. This time you're staying with the heels lifted. The ball is continuously being squeezed, and you're one vertebra at a time taking the spine back down to the mat. You're really curling your way down. Coccyx touches last, then the glutes. Once the glutes are down, you can release the heels down, and you can release the squeeze of the ball and remove it even. So, that's the end of the exercise. So what the thing to concentrate on is making sure that you're really rolling the spine up. You're not just hinging from the shoulders. That's putting your lower back at risk. Instead, you're peeling the spine, getting that nice articulation, getting the abs involved a little bit as well to help you curl up. And then from up here, the squeeze of the ball gets the inner thigh working. That supports the knee. The lifting of the heels gets it right into the glutes as well as obviously the hamstrings. And a little bit of calves as well. So we've just really worked all of the legs there to keep your lower back safe when you're out on the track, and also your knees as well, because we want strong inner thigh and strong hamstrings for protecting your knees as well. So, I'll come up now. Seems a bit weird to talk to you from the ground. Hopefully you found that beneficial. If you have any questions, please send me a message, or you can join our page. We've got a Pilates for Hikers page. I'll tag it in this post so you can join and learn some more. Thanks very much for joining me. Bye.